Hot Toys gives a Sauvage update. The Resistance is announced. Viva la Resistance! Hot Toys has also released their Heath Ledger in both Rooted and Sculpted. You want to know how I got these scars? Oh, I gave him a lisp. It's time for Points of Articulation. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've done Points of Articulation, and that's my fault. So many things to do, so little time. Yeah, so many things, so little time. But I think we have a really good panel for our time back, our first time back after weeks. Let me bring them in here. Oh my gosh, look at all of these beautiful faces. We have the 6-scale Shiro, Helen, all the way from Australia. It's Monday for her. How are you doing?
I'm really well. I'm excited to talk about some of these topics because I was in Hong Kong last week, so I got to see things like the Heath Ledger Joker in person, which is not typical because normally in Australia we get stuff months later. So I was so stoked that figure dropped while I was in Hong Kong and I got to see it at Secret Base. So I'm really excited to chat about it.
That's awesome. That's great. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Jake, watch your 6. Pop Culture Living Room Jr. making his risers. They are beautiful, by the way. I forgot to ask you. I think you told me. Did you wrap those in velvet? I forgot. I'm like blanking. You're muted, or
muted.
There we go. Yeah, I've got a part 2 coming out because Instagram only lets you do a minute and a half video. But actually, I wrapped them in a black flannel, like a really thin flannel. It was cheap. It was cheaper, and it still had the same overall look and effect. So I went.
Oh yeah,
but yeah.
Hey, it's whatever works for you, and if it looks good, I mean
the whole idea is for them to kind of not really catch your eye. You know what I mean? Like, to be seamless into the display. So yeah, it does its job.
That is awesome. I do like those. They look great in your case, by the way.
Thank you.
And last but not least, our friend, our brother, 1/6 Syndicate. It's been a while, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a while. It's been what, 3-4 weeks? Has it been?
Something like that, man. There's too much going on. How have you been?
Yeah, good, man. Good. I had a really long week. Had some figures that I got a bunch of boxes that I can't open because now I'm going to move a month from now. So now I have to pack all this stuff. So I'm not looking forward to it. So it is official by next month. Yeah.
Where are you moving to?
Is it bigger?
Oh no, I'm still staying in the States. I'm just moving out to a bigger space. Yeah, I need.
Okay. So. Staying in Florida?
Yeah, I'm staying in Florida. I'm not. Yeah, gotcha. I'm not anytime soon, at least. Yeah.
I mean, he's in South Florida, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Weather-wise, it's great, except for the hurricanes.
Exactly.
I lived in Florida for a while, except for the hurricanes.
Yeah, but my side, I'm in the Florida Del side, so we didn't get hit too much this year.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah,
that's very good.
Yeah.
All right, so Points of Articulation. What is this? We're a game show, and each of the panelists are vying for the coveted FaceTime, which is, it's like 30 seconds to a minute of whatever they want to talk about. It doesn't matter as long as it's not about their page or their Instagram or whatever, because we end up talking about those anyway. Give us some juicy stuff, guys, if you win. Everybody else will, there are cyanide pills hidden under your desk. So this is to the death. I'm kidding, just in case something bad happens. This was all a joke. Thank you, law enforcement. But before we get into what the rules are of Points of Articulation, I think Helen brought up Tim Tams on one of our, I think it was Show Off a few weeks ago, and she talked about a Tim Tam Slam. So these are Australian biscuits or cookies. For us heathens here in the States, they're cookies. And we're going to do something called a Tim Tam Slam. So let us start it off.
I'm so excited that you bought Tim Tams and that we're doing this. Tim Tams are Australia's gift to the world. So Costa and I both have chewy caramel, which is, I think, one of the best flavors.
I thought Vegemite was Australian's thing.
I was going to say that too.
No. My saying is friends don't give friends Vegemite because I think it's horrendous. So I feel like the only time I've ever given friends Vegemite is when they've asked for it. And I'm like, because otherwise I'm like, no, you're my friend. I don't want you to suffer. But hey, some people like it. So Costa, Tim Tam Slam, cookie. What we need to do is you take a small little bite on diagonally opposite corners. So one there, one there.
Oh, these are not bad.
So it's like it's got like 2 malt biscuits. There's like a cream in the middle that's hazelnut and it's coated in chocolate.
Okay. Wow, that's not bad.
And then you have these variations like there's ones with dark chocolate, white chocolate, there's caramel, there's mint, there's a whole bunch of them. So what you do, now you've got the corners taken off, you have your hot beverage of choice. So coffee or tea, not like a herbal tea or green tea. I don't think that would quite work. And you place the cookie, oh, look at me, you've Americanized me, damn it. The biscuit into the hot drink and you drink the hot drink through the biscuit, and you've got to be quick because there reaches a point where you can feel the structural of the integrity of the biscuit's about to go and you might lose it in your drink. So you've then got to be very quick to eat it. But the inside of the biscuit melts. It goes delicious. It could get messy, but it's like a delicious thing to do. So if you can find Tim Tams in your area, try
Target
it. So
has
let me know
them.
what you think. Yeah,
Or
there you go, Target. All right, you ready?
Let's see. Yeah, let's do this.
Henry, you feeling as left out as I am?
Yeah.
Wow. And you do feel the integrity of the biscuit, just like, listen.
It just goes from like solid to mush.
Next time I'm gonna start doing getting people together like well in advance. And if we do stuff like this, I will include everybody. Oh my God. It really did turn into mush. And it's delicious.
Yeah. And it's really nice with the caramel center in the middle, because the normal, like the original biscuit is just the cream. But yeah, Tim Tams. The packets are different. I noticed your packet is somewhat different to what we have in Australia.
Yours probably says biscuit. Mine says cookie.
9 biscuits, it sure does. And for anyone wondering, a 0.05 health star rating. So they're really good for you, definitely.
What is
it part of your regular
diet? You guys
diet.
have health star ratings on these? All right.
Yeah, on all food in Australia.
We have no rating. They're like, this is for you pigs in America. Here you go. You don't need a rating.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was delicious.
What would you give it out of 10?
Oh, that slam? I'll give it a solid 9, or like 9.5. I really liked it. It is good.
It's addictive.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't go in for another one at the moment because we gotta start the show. But wow, I got coffee everywhere. I'm a mess over here. But that was delicious. Yeah, we should do that when we ever have. Henry, what do you your culture? I know you are, like you said you're
No, I was here all my life, man. Like, so
you were, but no, your background.
Oh yeah, but we don't. No, there's nothing like I can't think of.
All right, then I'll have to find a Greek. I'll find a Greek thing that we'll have to do. Anything? What's your background, Jake? Are you Irish? You mix of
Yeah, Irish, Scottish, English, German. I'm as white as they come.
All All right, so then I guess we won't care about your.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing special going on.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Come on. How about in your in Ohio? Actually, your work is in Indiana, but you live in Ohio.
I live in Ohio. Yeah, so we got Buckeyes. You know, those are cool.
It looks. I like Moose. Moose is eating. He says he's actually eating Marmite right now. Not.
No.
Isn't that the New Zealand version of Vegemite, right? Marmite.
I think it's the British version because then they debate which one's better, and I'm like, can't we agree they're both terrible?
None of them.
But, yeah.
Yeah, both close.
All right, so points of articulation. We have 3 rounds. After each round, we'll 𝗪𝗀.
Man,
I forgot to.
Is that because of the Tim Tams? Is that the?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's quite the.
There we go.
The advantage.
So we have 3 rounds. The first word, buy or sell, and I forgot the name of the last round. It's called the showdown. Normally, it's a showdown between 2 people, but I am kind of digging having 3 people on because we can talk a bit more, and it's I think it's a little bit more fun with 3 people. But yeah. So let's get into this game. What do we have first, Costa? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let me get out of this. So our first topic is, I hate StreamYard. I just want to tell you guys that is not as nice. Is not as nice as some of the other there we go. It's not as nice as like some of the other things. There we go. I know Miss Allison is just dying to talk about this guy. But Hot Toys has decided to give us a 𝗬ście 𝗧ǒ a more screen accurate update, adding wraps and sharper teeth with better paint apps. What do you think about it, Helen? What do you think? What do you think about the update in general and like updates period?
Look, I'm just so relieved because those wraps were keeping me up at night. So I just want to thank Howard for the really important updates to this figure. But listen, it's interesting because, I mean, updates, of course, they're a great thing, but I think they set sometimes a little bit of an unrealistic expectation where when people see a prototype figure and they don't like elements, they assume, oh, well, they'll update it. And then when the figure's released and it's not updated, people get annoyed. So I think it's a bit of surprise and delight. When it happens, I think it's a good thing. But I think as collectors, we should be really wary that that's generally not Hot Toys' MO, that they're going to update everything that we see. So I think what you're seeing, footage from Secret Base or images from Hot Toys, I think you need to go in thinking that's what you get. And then if they update that, that's a nice thing. But as a baseline, I can't see it happening just because of the sheer volume of things Hot Toys produce. They can't sit there refining and changing every single thing. So I'm not sure what the driving force behind these changes were. But I think it's good that if they've identified some inaccuracies or some ways they can improve a figure, because having been in Hong Kong, most of the figures in Secret Base are Star Wars. It's huge. It's their biggest line. So I can understand that's probably where they want to put a bit more of their investment.
All right, that's good to know. But you'll find out in a few minutes where it may be where it came from. But I don't know. We'll see. Henry, what do you think about this update and updates in general?
I'm happy that it did this. Any update's a good update. Before I liked the figure the way it was. The fact that they're still updating it is a good thing. So I mean, I'm saying at least they're listening. That's something that they didn't used to do before. Not that much at least, but now I see them, they're always going in, updating things and stuff like that. So I think that's a good idea. If you can get as close as screen accurate as possible, go for it. But I do understand if they fall short from the updates, then yeah, you're gonna have people being upset. But why not give it a shot? I think they should go for it. I'm very happy for these updates. It looks better to me. I think it looks better with the updates. So,
what, like the wraps and everything?
I like it better.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
What about you, Jake?
Well, I buy these updates. Because one, yes, it does. I think Helen's right though. This is one of those things where we shouldn't expect it, but be surprised when we do get it.
Yeah.
I think setting yourself up for expectations that they will continue to do this with every figure that anybody has just like the smallest gripe about is definitely setting yourself up for some heartbreak. Helen, just so you know, this actually was updated because I left a very scathing comment about these wraps. So obviously Hot Toys saw that, even though I was being facetious in my comment.
The black suit Toby crew is going to seek you out now.
I know.
To be their spokesman. Be careful, Jacob. Be careful, mate.
I'm not going to be a poster child for that. But no, I mean, I'm always going to be happy if they're going to update something. But the nice thing about this, and I think people might be losing sight of, the reason they're updating this is because it is a very simple update. You know, adding some cloth wraps or maybe even some like hard plastic wraps around an existing molded arm. Not too terribly hard. They haven't gone full in on production on the paint on the face. So go in there and alter that face paint, you know, not a huge deal. Something that they can make sure is uniform throughout production. And the other thing I do like about this arm, just in general, is that it is that cyborg arm to go with Clone Wars Maul that has the cyborg leg. So again, you're getting some uniformity with your collection there, and just kind of, you know, the theme with those two brothers. So I buy this update. Looking forward to this figure.
Yeah, I justice for the black suit Spider-Man. I'm with you guys. No. But yeah, it's weird that they update some things. They don't update other things, especially when there's... I didn't feel this was as... There was the vocal outrage that the other one was, but I understand simpler. They want more muscles and stuff, I think, on the...
Which would require a whole new body, and
yeah. Stat Boy comes in. Savage Press voice acted by the great Clancy Brown, who also voiced Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob SquarePants. Thanks, Stat Boy. I love Pedro. And his I love that he's my Stat Boy.
His new picture is interesting.
Wait. What? It's
not as risque as usual.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that's Pedro. Yeah, we're in some things here. Anyway, some things. Moving on to the next topic. With everything that has happened with, you know, the Jazz Inc. and their rollout of the '89 Batmobile, does Hot Toys have it right by not being too transparent with their figures and releases? Henry.
Wow. Yeah. It was a rough week, huh?
We try to be provocative here.
Yeah.
On points of articulation. We try to get to the meat. We'll be like 20 or 60 minutes. We're gonna do news and headlines. So
yeah, it's one of these things. Okay. We ask Hot Toys to be more transparent, right? We always say be more transparent, and then we have a company that's more transparent. Look what happens. So I think we all should just sit back and just be happy these things are coming out. We don't need to know the intricacies of how these things are working. I think that just creates a lot more problems, a lot more issues, things like that. So yeah, now I'm more like, yeah, I don't need to know what's going on. Just release the thing. After this week, yeah,
I don't care how it gets out.
Yeah, just release it one time. No, what was it? Pre-release or collector's batch or whatever batch or whatever test batch, whatever it was called. Yeah, none of that crap, man.
InArt has their influencer, but is it?
Yeah, that too. It's just.
And then the yeah.
That's why you don't see Hot Toys with issues, right? I hate to say it, but they've been around for a while and they know what works. So obviously, stick with that way, with the way that Hot Toys are doing things.
Jake, what do you think? Are Hot Toys smart by not being as transparent as these new companies?
I must have missed something. I'm not really sure what you guys are referring to. No, I'm kidding.
I was about to say, you son of a bitch.
Oh man, you sold that.
Yeah, you're good. Good. You have an acting background, so
I do.
I'll let you slide there.
I seriously don't know what this drama was.
Oh, don't worry. You'll
because I was in Hong Kong, so I don't know. So I genuinely am like, I was so glad you asked that, and then you're like joking. I'm like, oh no, okay.
Well, yes, Jazz Inc. I think has found out the hard way that being too transparent and too let's say conversational with the buying audience is kind of it's bit them in the ass. Let's just say that it's bit them in the ass, and I'm sure they're gonna be rethinking the next rollout and how they're gonna do things. I do think Hot Toys has it right, as much as it kind of looks like us, peasants begging for scraps when they do finally give us a small update or peek behind the scenes on things that they're working on. I think they would rather that than us turn into like the, Snyder mob once they got their Snyder cut and they were demanding everything from HBO and Warner Brothers, like, give us this. We have, like, it gave them all the power and it bit HBO and Warner Brothers in the ass. I think that's kind of what happened with Jazz Inc. And funnily enough, it's with the Warner Brothers property. So, I do think that they've got the right idea. Keep your audience at an arm's length. Only tell them about the things that they absolutely need to know about. Otherwise, anything else is just you being generous. I do find it odd that we are so fixated on, how the sausage is made, because I guarantee there's nobody asking these types of things about the way they get the electricity to their house or where their food comes from. But God damn it, they want to know every single detail about the figures that they're getting, what's going on with them, and it's just, Hot Toys has the right idea, whether we like it or not. I think less is more in this situation.
Yeah, I think you're in like the right direction with that. Helen, transparency, yay or nay?
I think it's a blessing and a curse. So I think the more I've seen of Jazz Inc. and InArt and sort of what Yost and John have been doing, the more I kind of understand the Hot Toys approach. I kind of use the saying from the Game of Thrones from Tywin Lannister, which is the lion doesn't concern itself with the opinion of the sheep, and that's probably how Howard sees us, and I think that's fine. I also think for the volume of product Hot Toys is producing, they can't sit here listening to every single person. They're producing 80 to 100 figures a year. That's a huge production run. Whereas you look at like InArt, I mean, I would debate how much have they actually released this year, because if a figure's not fully released, is it released? No. Because I just think, I've always said there's two kinds of collectors. There's people who think stuff is cool, and that's me. And you get people that get so hyper fixated on the details. And I'll be honest, if I see that guy post one more thing about Gandalf pant prints, I'm unfollowing. I just cannot. Like, the obsession people have to these minute details that really don't make a huge difference to the end product. Like
the silver tip on a bat missile?
Yes.
These are the things that I'm like, I did an unboxing of my Batmobile. It's the Hot Toys one. I was so excited. And then people just wanted to rain on the parade. And I'm like, I really kind of don't like what's come from these. I call them the faith militant. We're getting some of these brand extremists that just have taken it upon themselves. They have to defend the honor of Jazz Inc. and InArt. And it's not necessary. These people can defend their own businesses. But for me, I feel like we're reaching a point that concerns me, because everything is a public vote. Everyone have a say. And then you get these vocal minorities of people that can sway the production of a product. And if I've pre-ordered based on this, but then these people have campaigned and you've changed, like that's not something I've asked for. So at what point do we draw the line? Because people vote in polls and have opinions when they're not even buying stuff. So I think there's a lot of lessons learned for InArt for Jazz Inc. And it will be interesting to see with this FIFA figure or whatever they release next, what things have they done differently? Because if history repeats, on your head be it, because I think there's so many lessons learned from that first batch of Batmobiles that went out whenever that was, a couple months ago.
Yeah, and it's weird because they've had other releases. I have the Snowspeeder, I have the '66 Batmobile, which was, I guess, technically their first licensed. That's the one that caused them to get the license. That thing is immaculate, exquisite. There were no test batches. There were no.
They also weren't made by committee. You know, I don't think there was a whole lot of say from the audience.
They did like talk to experts for the '66 TV series and who have had the car and have done it. But this new one, yes, I think they went above what if they should have. I also think if we're gonna like Yost did have like mixed signals, although he did say in the streams what was happening. There was no backup of what probably should have happened was he should have told everybody who got a test batch or whatever, don't film it. Just let me know. Did it get to you okay? Because that's what it was for. But anyway, hopefully he learns there are militants in every group. There are in art, Jazz Inc. There are Hot Toys militants. Trust me. They're all... They all have brand loyalty. I don't understand that. I like them all. And I'm with like you guys. You like what you like, and that's what you're going to get. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm not going after this brand because of whatever.
I will say there is a fan base that has somewhat soured me a little bit on the brand, but I try to separate the two.
You want to tell me that in secret, or you want to tell everybody?
I mean, it's in art. I'll say that right now. I don't
care.
The in art fan base. I mean, they're rabid, and it kind of just turns me off. I mean, I have the Aragorn. You know, it's not going anywhere. I'm getting the Legolas, but yeah,
and I can't wait. Like, if they're Superman, they're Reeves Superman. They put that out, and it looks good. I'm gonna grab it. They just haven't put anything out that I was interested in yet, but yeah,
that's not gonna come out for another 10 years, and you know
I don't care. I'm gonna start. You know, I started dropping weight. I'm getting back into shape, running half marathons again.
Good job.
I'm gonna be around for a while. But I have to, because I found out that I have a vitamin D deficiency, which is weird, and I'm like, how did that happen? I don't even know. I eat a lot of
man.
Yeah, but yeah, Moose Dream is telling me yes. S-Beam, 4 months, a member. Congratulations, my friend. He couldn't be here tonight because he's working, but hopefully we'll have him back soon. So that's the end of the first round, and we've got let's see. And we want to check the score and stuff, right? Yeah, we want to check the score because that's the whole point of the show. Because if there's no score, then why are you guys here? And bragging rights. All right. So we have Henry with 8, Watcher 6, Jake with 10, and Helen with 11. She squeaked one out with that last point that she made.
She articulated that point well.
Yeah, she did. She very much did. So we are at our first commercial break, but I think today I want to say hi to the chat real quick, if that's okay, guys.
Absolutely.
We have channel member, the Broke Collector, my man Pedro, Stat Boy in the house, Clinton Martin, howdy, 1/6 delight, welcome, my friend, Zombie Hunter 115. You know him, you love him. 12-inch Moose Stream. We'll have him back on soon. Renz, I'm like Talented Tino, but that's not his name. That's not his name. Tolentino, but we'll call him Talented Tino because he is very talented. And who else? Mahler 2745 evening. What is going on? And yeah, I didn't have one of my other commercials like set up, but we'll work on that after. Now let's get everybody back in here. All right, our first in the buy or sell category. Here we go. We had to start off with this one. Hot Toys did the unthinkable and have announced the Batmissile from Batman Returns. It was in the movie for about 10 seconds. So is it worth it? Buy or sell the Batmissile, Jake. You're just thinking about our conversation earlier today, aren't you?
You said something about 10 seconds, and I was just anyway. I'm gonna sell this one. It's just not something that I need. After talking about it earlier today, realizing the price versus the price of the full.
Oh yeah.
The full vehicle. I can't understand that price. I can't justify that price. I know some people have issues with it's just plastic. There's no paint apps, and I know that there's issues with the turbine on the front not being tipped silver. That really doesn't bother me as much as I just don't have anything from the Batman Returns line, the Michael Keaton line. I don't have anything in my collection for this, and so this would not be complimentary to anything that I already own. And I sure as hell am not going to go out and buy a whole collection to go around the whole thing. Now that doesn't mean it's not cool. I do like the way the cockpit slides open. I think that's a cool function. Whether or not that Batman actually sits in there, I doubt it. But
that looks too thin.
Yeah, I don't see it working. If you're into this thing and you want to do it for photography purposes, I mean, they show it there, so maybe.
Yeah.
You know, I can't justify the space. I can't justify the price, and I don't have the love for it that I would need in order to have it. So I'm gonna pass, or I'm gonna sell this one.
What about you, Helen? Is this a buy or a sell for you? This is I know you're you're a Dark Knight fan. So what are we doing?
Yeah, look, I had a moment where I really had to think about it, and I was bummed that this was announced just as I was leaving Hong Kong, because I would have loved to have seen it at Secret Base. But thinking about it, I have to see it as a sell. To me, it's not a prominent or iconic vehicle. When you think of 89 or 92 Batman, I don't think this is the vehicle that you're thinking of. But the thing that I like about this is I think this is Howard showing that he's taking no prisoners. And I have to think that if they're making this, which is a very niche vehicle, there's got to be some Batman Returns figures coming. Like, why would you do a Batmissile and a 2.0 of the Returns if Catwoman and Penguin weren't coming? So this is either the greatest fake out in history, or this is the start of Howard really just rolling up his sleeves and knockout punches for all challenges. So not for me, but I am excited and hopeful for what this might be the beginning of with some of these older Batman movie lines.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. Also, it's still the year of the DC anniversary, right? Or Batman's anniversary.
85th anniversary.
Yeah. Henry, I know you love Batman.
Yeah, but I'm kind of upset about this. Like this was in the movie for maybe like 10 seconds, and they could have went with the 2022 Batman. They could have went with the 66 Batman. They could have done any of those Batmobiles, but they went with this, which is who asked for that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
that is such a weird choice. I'm not gonna get it. I just don't see the need for it. It's just, 10 seconds in the movie, and I'd rather just get the full one, and the price doesn't justify it either. Versus the full one. So that's a hard pass for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's like, if we're gonna go niche, why can't we do niche figures? Like, go to the first Batman and do like Vicky Vale. I've been saying this for the last week. Vicky Vale, where's my Kim Basinger Vicky Vale? Or
where's Billy D?
God, I forgot her name, but had like her acid.
That porcelain half mask.
Or Bob. Like Bob. Like
anyone. Or anything.
So many things. They could have even done they could have done a duck boat. They could have done the bat boat. They could have done so many different things. But so many other vehicles they could have went with. That's why I just don't know why this one. It's just weird. I will say it does look cool. I'm not gonna lie. I love the train look, but for a 10-second vehicle, it's very phallic, and it's in the movie so short of a time. I mean, you got to be somebody with a lot of room and maybe a lot of, you know, dinero, because for 600, 100 and what was it, like $100 more for the full 89 Batmobile, right?
Yeah,
just about, yeah,
something like that. Or as I said earlier, they could have done given us it to split apart, give a full Batmobile if you want it, or have it split apart. That would have been cool as hell if they could have engineered that.
Well, people would have been pissed because they just released that one, so they would be like, "Why didn't you do it?" Yeah, you would have had a whole.
Yeah, I guess they're damned if they do, if they're damned if they don't.
Yeah,
but
the duck boat
this
would
is
be
one of the
cool,
ones that I had a problem with. I normally don't have a problem, but this is.
Well, you know what? One night that Penguin with that duck mobile that he had, like, and I'm saying, like, there's so many other things they could have went with.
I hope Helen's right that this is like the beginnings of getting Cobblepot and even a competitor Catwoman would be nice to see. So yeah. Next, Hot Toys released Heath Ledger Joker in both artisan and sculpted. The community is hailing it as the best Heath Ledger Joker 1/6 scale figure. Are they? A lot of people are. Buy or sell the Hot Toys Heath Ledger Joker. Helen.
Buy.
Buying or selling?
As I said, I got to see this in person at Secret Base. I got to see the artisan version and the DX33. I own the two in-art rooted figures, and I prefer the way the rooted hair is done on this Hot Toys figure. My in-art one feels very poofy. I like the way the Hot Toys kind of sits a little bit straighter. And I just think the detail on this, like the last Joker that Hot Toys did, I'm pretty sure was the Bank Robber 2.0, like in 2014. And they've come in leaps and bounds. Like the tailoring is great, even though there's a lot of layers. It's not bulky like some of the other Jokers have been. The rock base is really cool. I love that it's not a magnetic base, because I've lost count of how many people have sent me photos of their in-art Jokers on a lean. So cool accessories, great figure. And I just think these 2.0 figures that Hot Toys have done from the Dark Knight have been fantastic. Like that Bane looks really good. And I think it says something when you've got people that are in the, you know, chosen one in-art influencer batch who are saying this is better. So, I mean, there you go. They're normally so, you know, defending of the brand. But I think this is a superior release to me. I'm getting the sculpted version. I think it looks fantastic. And I think if you can still find it for pre-order and you like Heath Ledger Joker, it's a great piece. You're not then committed to dioramas and other things to get the full complement. So I'm very much looking forward to this.
Wow, that's okay. So the rumors are true. Henry, what are we buying or selling this? Either one, because they rooted or sculpted. It's what are you doing? Are you buying or selling?
It's a buy all the way. I have seen the difference between the in art and the Hot Toys, and I have to say the Hot Toys one is better. And I remember when I pre-ordered the in art one, I was like, yeah, they can't make it any better than this. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. This one looks a lot better. It does. And it got to the point where after I saw the comparisons, I went ahead and ordered it. So I'm going to have another purple coat Joker again. I have a bunch of them. So now I'm going to have another one. So it is what it is. But yeah, Hot Toys know what they're doing, man. I know in art has been here. They've been doing good or whatever, but I'm going to stick with Hot Toys on this one. Theirs look a lot better, man. And I didn't think they were going to be able to do it. And I was surprised. It does look better.
Yeah, I'm like looking at these right now. Yeah. What about you, Jake? Are you buying or selling the Joker?
I think this is 100% buy. I have no intentions of getting this figure. I am not a Dark Knight fan. I'm not a Heath Ledger Joker fan. Like, don't get me wrong, the movie is good. Ledger had a great performance. It's just not my version of Batman that I enjoy. But I think I think these in-art fans are losing their objectivity if they're going to say side by side that in-art is better than this. I don't see it. I don't see how. I don't see how. Sorry, I've got someone who wants to come say goodnight to me because it's bedtime for him. But
tell him to come in.
How you want to come say hi real quick? Here. You're not going to be able to hear him, but can you say hi?
Hey.
Hi.
He's an attention hog. You going to bed?
Yeah.
All right, love you. Good night. I love you, Bub.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you too, Jake.
Aw.
I love you guys. But yeah, I look, I watched Justin's review. I think that the in-hand photos are actually considerably better than the release blogger photos that Hot Toys let out too, which
isn't that always the case, it seems, recently?
It has been. It's really been a trend lately. Because I see what Dan was talking about with these oversized looking gloves and hands on him right here, but none of the other photos that I've seen make it look that way. So there's some weird distortion with the lens in some of these photos. But I think the rooted hair looks better. The hairline, while some people can say that it's not as accurate as far as the overall look of the hairline, I think that the hairline itself looks more realistically rooted. It looks more realistic the way it sprouts out of his head. The hair looks better. I don't know how they did it. Justin was talking about how you can adjust the height of the head and the neck to kind of give him that hunched shoulder look. Wires in the coat. I mean, all around, I think this thing looks more accurate. The makeup on the face looks more accurate. Paint apps are great. The sculpt's better. I've only ever seen one sculpt with Ledger's Joker that looks better than this, and it's a custom. So yeah, by far the best mass-produced 1/6 scale Ledger Joker right here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. Like I enjoy Nolan's trilogy. It's not one that I like brings like the feels,
right.
But I do like it. I like it a lot.
They're well-made movies.
Batman. It's Batman. I love Batman. So like, you can't not like a Batman movie or like 66 Batman's campy. Still love it. And yeah, it's really turned out good because like when you put them side by side, I do feel like this one looks more like Heath Ledger's Joker. Don't kill me, in-art people, please. It's an opinion. It's okay. Yours is good too. It is also good. If you like it that much, then yes, keep it. Don't let anybody influence you. Don't. Except if it's me and you want to build a display case. Come to my channel and I'll show you how to build it. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, what does Clinton say? It says the rooted looks like totally different figure. Yeah, that is so true. Such a difference between the rooted and the sculpted on these, but I guess that's the same thing with the in-art.
I feel that way about the Aragorn, actually. I think the Aragorn sculpted looks better than the rooted, in my opinion.
Oh, really?
My opinion, but yeah.
I'll have to take those. Your opinion's wrong, but that's fine. It's your opinion. No, I'm kidding. All right, next. Uh-oh, we got a phone call. Hi, let's FaceTime with Hot Toys. Well, Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, showed off the next Hot Toys Deadpool figure, and this time he comes with more head and battle damage. We just had a Deadpool figure released. Why so many Deadpool? I mean, I love Deadpool. Why so many Deadpools? Henry, are you buying or selling this Deadpool?
I think that's a buy. That's a buy.
Oh.
Yeah. I have the Wolverine and the Deadpool, and then they had that second version of Wolverine without the shirt. So I kind of had an idea another Deadpool will be on this way. So and you know what? A lot of people wanted a hair sculpt with Deadpool. There you go. That would be a good option for them to have it. Another thing that I noticed, I think this might be a DX one, right? If it's the packaging.
Maybe. It might be. It might not be. It just might be a Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds type,
packaged figure.
Yeah.
But yeah, if there's a DX, I'm gonna steal Jake's quote from earlier. This will be the first Marvel DX.
Yeah.
So
it looks good, man. It looks good. Yeah, that's a buy.
All right, Jake.
I buy it. I don't think many of us could be under the delusion that the titular character in Deadpool and Wolverine, which is a $1 billion+ film, was only going to get one release, while Wolverine was going to get two. I think one of the dead giveaways originally on the first figure was he has the split neck design, which told us all that there's probably another one coming with a head sculpt that could switch out. It's good looking. I mean, this is a lot of people are judging this based on very low resolution video here, and they've got a lot of opinions. But until we can see photos of this thing, I think this might be one of the best figures you can get of Deadpool, because you got the switch out of the head sculpt versus the mask sculpt. For me, though, I prefer in my display a clean look. I prefer the masked look, because it's not about the actor; it's just about the character jumping from the page to the screen, and that's what I want represented in my display. But then you're getting all these extra things that people are paying money for customs right now, and you're about to get it packaged in price for retail. So I think it's a win.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Helen? Are you buying or selling this Deadpool?
I think it's a buy, and I think this was a long time coming, having a version of Deadpool that comes with the unmasked sculpt. There's so many third-party random sculpts out there. I saw a bunch of them while I was away. But I think while there's definitely people who want the characters, I think there's some people who want the bromance of Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on their shelf. So if you can have Hugh as Wolverine, I think there's some people who would want Ryan as Deadpool to have that on the shelf as well. So I think this is really clever. You're getting a lot of those pieces, like the accessories from the start of the movie that people loved, and the customizers have been going crazy trying to make. So I think it's a smart move from Hot Toys as well. They're kind of crushing that competition for people to sort of make those different parts and pieces that are coming with this figure. So I think it's great. I do wonder, though, if they've got the likeness rights to Ryan Reynolds, will we see Nice Pull? Will we see the very beautiful...
Oh, I want Nice Pull.
I think so many people do. And I had kind of hypothesized, would something happen in the movie where we get beautiful Ryan Reynolds again? And I never thought it would be a whole other character. So I think there's a lot of opportunities that come with this as well, hopefully, and I could totally see people digging an artisan Nice Pull with the beautiful hair. So I think this is great. As Jake said, makes complete sense. If you're doing multiple Wolverines, you kind of expect the same from Deadpool as well. And yeah, I think this is great. I think a lot of people have wanted this Ryan Reynolds sculpt, so I'm happy that they're finally getting it.
Yeah, I agree with all of you. It's definitely a buy. And I would use the Ryan Reynolds sculpt, like I've been saying, the used car or the car salesman Wade. That's what I want. I'm gonna need a wig, maybe an artisan wig. You just put it on top. That would be pretty cool.
I wish I knew you wanted that, Costa. I could have gotten you a sculpt from Hong Kong. Do I have it nearby? Hang on.
The one you got, Iron Logan, right?
Yeah. I got my 1001 things I bought. But there was 3 different, and I had never heard of any of them, but there were a lot. There were a lot of these sculpts rocking around Hong Kong.
Yeah, though, you know what? The one that you got looks good to me from what you were showing. So
yeah, it was very good.
Let's see, Moose. I have 2 Deadpools in hand and 2 pre-ordered, along with 2 lady pulls and 2 kid pulls. I want a DP. I hope that's Deadpool figure for every shelf. I'd be funny. It'd be funny at Meta. Yeah. That's man, Moose. You can you be my grandfather? My father? No. You're in your 60s. You might be old enough to be my dad. I don't know. But yeah, that would be great if you could send some, or will your figures to me. How about that, Michael? But yeah, just will them to me. Yeah, all your lovely figures that you want to show us. All right. So the last one in the showdown. Damn it. I hate when this happens. And share screen. We will be good one day. One day we will get this right. And we will lead the resistance. In a surprise move, Hot Toys teased the resistance from Deadpool and Wolverine. They include Elektra, Gambit, X-23, and Blade. You guys already know that. Are we buying or selling the resistance, Jake?
I sell it. I sell that they're going to do all 4 of these figures. I think this is a fun little tease, and I think it's somewhat clever. But at the end of the day, after thinking about it more and more since earlier today, I actually sell the idea that all 4 of these get announced and get released. I think they're going to cherry pick a couple of them while dangling the carrot in front of the collectors in hopes of the other 2. I think the most likely ones are most likely X-23 and Blade, where I think Elektra is probably the lowest on the totem pole, and I'm sure that's going to bite me in the ass. I wake up tomorrow morning, Elektra is the first one that's announced, but I think I sell it. I don't think this is actually going to come to fruition. Not all of them.
It's a big possibility because there's a lot in the coming soon graveyard. What about you, Helen?
You know what? Howie's unpredictable, and when you think he's not going to do something, he's going to do something. So I was surprised by this announcement because I thought if they were going to do the other characters, it would have come a lot sooner after the movie. But I think we've seen just how popular that movie has been, those figures have been. So I think, well, why wouldn't you ride that all the way to the bank? It's not like there was a lot of other movies that came out this year, and the Joker is something that's really divided opinions. So as sort of the biggest superhero movie we've had of the year, I'm not surprised that they're going deep into this line. I think they'll make all of them. I think there's a market for them.
Okay.
I think even if you don't want Elektra in a Deadpool display, there may be people that want an Elektra to pair with their Daredevil. Like, there's other applications for some of these characters, even if you're not building out a big Deadpool and Wolverine display. Some people may just want the Blade. Some people may want Gambit for an X-Men line. A lot of people may want X-23 to go with the Wolverine. So I feel like other people, aside from people that loved this movie, would have an interest in these characters. So I think I think they all get made.
I learned from Multiverse of Madness. That's how I'm feeling with this.
Well, I mean, you definitely could look at it 2 ways. Look at the Ahsoka line. Like,
true.
How do we know how well that did? And it was just like 10 figures, boom, there you go. And this is $1 billion movie, but we'll see. Henry, are you there, sir? Henry. What do you think, my friend? What do you think?
Well, as much as I want to say they're not coming out, I also think they might be coming out.
Squashy.
Because it's like, yeah, I can see Blade and Gambit, but like you said, Elektra, I just don't see that one. And I don't know. I'm glad they're making it. If they are, go for it. But I don't think all 4 will be made. I just don't think so either. But if they were to make all of them, I would say, yeah, I'll go for it as a buy if they were to make all of them. But I don't think they are.
All right, let me go up and down the group. If pick one, which one would you get, Helen?
X-23.
Henry.
Blade or Gambit.
And Jake, if you had to pick one.
I'm going Blade.
Yeah, that Gambit.
Nope.
Great for a comic relief.
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, because
I'm like,
there's better Gambits we can get out there. Like the Social Toys was much better. I
love
looking
that
at
Gambit.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The way Leia hates Gore, I hate Gambit's Tatum's Gambit.
Tatum's Gambit was just weird, but screen accurate. I mean, comic accurate. Weird.
Yeah.
too comic relief. He was like a Thor: Love and Thunder Gambit. Like
exactly.
He would have fit in that, and I can understand because it's Deadpool. It's Deadpool.
Chris Evans is Human Torch. I would get that.
Oh
yeah, I said that too. But I think a third party will shit that one out. I'm sure of it.
Get a 2-pack with his guts. You get the and just like the muscles and the guts. Yeah, that would be cool. All right, we are done our second round. Let's remove this. Let's add this, and let's check the score. That's me. That's not the score. Sorry, guys. I wish I was more prepared with my commercials, because usually I have fun with my commercials. But at the moment, we have 1/6 Syndicate with 21, Watcher 6 with 28, and 𝗔𝗫𝗍 with 27. Who's gonna win? I don't know. But we have the showdown coming up. And you know what? I'm gonna do this. Give me 1 second, and I'm gonna play something. And this will be our commercial break. If I can find the commercials. Where are you? Oh, there they are. I have a folder of commercials. I wish I had one set up with Randall and Star Ace. Thank you to all of the channel members. You help make these tutorials, because we have a good one coming up. I've decided I am going to show everybody how to make a Grail basic. So it's the Grail case, much easier to make, less of all the fancy lights. It's going to be a straight Grail case basic. And we're going to start out with the frame and move on down. And anybody can make this one. Yeah, anybody. You can make it. I'm looking at you. You know who I'm talking to. You can make it too. So that'll start this weekend. I'm going to post everything that you're going to need. The sizes, because it's going to be a straight size. In fact, I just got in the way of them. That row up there, that's all going to be the basic Grail cases. It's going to have velvet wood bottoms, a nice light bar, any color you want to make inside. It's up to you. If you even want to put acrylic on the back, you can do that too. But we'll get down to it. But yeah, thank you to all the channel members, because that's where the channel member stuff goes to. So I can show you guys more stuff and how to make stuff. So yeah, thank you. And now we'll get to the showdown. Let's see where are we with time? We'll just do one question, and it's a simple question. InArt is shit. No, I'm kidding. InArt has set the 1/6 world on fire with making rooted hair a more mainstream option for figures. Do you prefer rooted or sculpted hair? Helen.
Look, I'm sure InArt would love us to think they set the world on fire with absolutely everything. Do I believe that? Not particularly. Look, I think there's degrees of rooted hair. Okay. There's really great rooted hair. There's some really nasty rooted hair. I've seen good rooted hair, and it makes a huge difference to realism. There's sculpts I've seen, like the Sylvie from Loki, which I think the sculpted hair looks great. I saw that rooted in Bob Dylan's collection, and I went, wow, that takes things up the next level.
Oh.
But there's a difference between mass-produced rooting and an artist doing it very finely by hand. So I personally, as a baseline, I do prefer sculpted. I don't do my own hair. I'm not sitting here with product on the Joker, buying things I don't own to futz. I'm not interested in that. That's just not me. I'm not that kind of a girly girl. If I was, maybe I'd have a different opinion. But for me, I feel like as a baseline, sculpted, looks great out of the box. You don't have to do anything, and they're consistent. How many people with that in-art Joker had wildly different experiences with the rooting of the hair? Like some people had just like big fuzzy afro things, whereas other people got really nice versions. Like I just think the degree of variance is too much for me at this point.
So your Jokers are sculpted? You're in art?
No, I got the rooted ones, but again, the hair is quite poofy. It's a bit sort of triangular, and that's why I liked the Hot Toys one, because it sat flatter. So I think good quality rooted hair, which is not done en masse, I think, yeah, that's amazing, but that's not what we're getting from companies like InArt, from Hot Toys and whatnot. So
yeah,
as a baseline, I would pick sculpted, because I just think the consistency's there. Everyone's figure is pretty much going to look the same, whereas the degree of variation with rooted hair, I think, is just too wide at this point.
Yeah, this is definitely not the wool version,
Yeah.
but I think it turned out okay. Like like Gamora. I mean, would it be better with wool hair? I don't know, but I bet you Tina would make it look even better, because she is a master.
I've also been on that Tina wait list for 38 years, so come on.
She lives like right down the street. Well, it's more than right down the street, but she lives in the next town over. Henry, what do you prefer, rooted or sculpted?
I have to go with sculpted. I had opportunities to even get rooted on figures, and I always back out just because of a lot of things that Shiro says is just maintenance, and you gotta fucks with it and here and there, and then if you leave it like that for too long, then it gets all puffy and weird, then you gotta go out there and fix it. So it's just the maintenance type of thing. That's why I rather do sculpted. And sculpted looks nice right now. A lot of sculpted figures are looking very, very good. I don't think rooted is necessary. At least for me, it's not necessary. But I'm sure there's other people that are gonna say, no, rooted better. But it is what it is.
Jake, what do you prefer?
We're going 3 for 3 on this because I am in the same boat. I think if we're making a sweeping generalization, I will pretty much pick sculpted over rooted anytime. Reason being is, again, a lot of the reasons they've already listed. But the other one is now that everybody's doing this PERS system, right? Everyone's got these movable eyes. That is just leaving the door wide open now to mess up that hair more and more. I mean, if you have PERS, right, and you're going to you want to do a pose, you want to take a picture, and you got to over and over you're messing with those eyes because you don't quite get it right just the first time. You think you do, snap that shot, you realize one eye looks a little funky. You got to go back and do it again. But every time I had to do that, if I had to also correct the hair to one of those figures, that would drive me nuts. I have the InArt Aragorn, and it's the sculpted version. And I actually maintain that sculpted version maintains the likeness of Viggo Mortensen better than any of the pictures I've seen of the rooted version. That's my personal opinion. A lot of people don't agree with me, but I don't know what they're seeing versus what I'm seeing. But that figure also had so many little pieces of jewelry or clothing or whatever that I had to mess with it all the time to get the look that I wanted. If I had to add the hair on top of that, I probably would have chucked that damn thing at the wall. I was getting so annoyed with it. So yes, and like Helen says, it's too much room for error, and I think that the sculpted is coming along further and further. I mean, that She-Hulk sculpted hair, gorgeous. I wouldn't change a thing about it.
Now you make me not want any of my artisan figures that I have on pre-order.
I'm sorry.
Like the Anakin, I mean, the head sculpt is different. Like the facial features look way more like Hayden, but that's what I'm most excited about. But yeah, well, Jack Sparrow, can we count that as a artisan? Because
I got the sculpted version.
Like, after I got the artisan one, I'm like, why did I get that one? Like, you're only getting the bandana that's different. What's the difference?
I also don't want to prove all those people right who say we play with dolls. So
yeah, I also got the Iron Spider but I do love that. Like the version I have, and the head sculpt on that one just looks so much better. And the posability goes a long way. Oh no, what happened to my irons? Oh, never mind. I found him. I thought he like got up and left. Damn him, Toby. Not Toby. Oh my god, I'm dumb. Tom, not Toby. Tom. All right, let us go back to the scoreboard. Wow. I think Jake knows how to work this game. Just keep on talking. And ding, 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 ding. Jake, you won today. You get to talk about anything you want. And this time, make it personal.
Yeah, make it personal.
Tell us a little something about yourself. Talk about your love of comics or something. Like, what's your favorite? Because I know you like to include everybody on your things, but that's cheating.
I did not come prepared.
That's one of these.
Let's get the Jeopardy music. Dude, I really am blanking. I really don't know. I can go further on that sculpted versus rooted. I don't know.
Go for it. You got 30 seconds. Go for it. Tell me what more about that, or if you want to talk about your shelves, your risers that you just made.
Yeah, let's do that. That makes it easy. Yeah. So I actually did just put up a reel today. I worked really hard. It's funny because Bob Dylan actually messaged me and he said, "Hey, you need to make a tutorial for this because I think a lot of people are going to want to see this." So as soon as we got off of Lael's stream, I went straight to the garage and I started putting them together, and I was trying to figure out how to film it. And I was trying to keep myself out of that video as much as possible because, I've put on a few LBs lately with my kitchen out of commission. But anyway, and so, building those risers, I did it quick. I got everything edited. It was a huge fucking annoyance to edit that thing on my phone. And I had to go over and over and redo it. My first time ever using the voiceover function on a reel or a story. So that was a pain in the ass. And then finding out that I can't post the whole thing, I had to condense it down to a half. So I did a part 1 and a part 2. But anyway, yes, I did risers. So I've got one that's about 9 inches tall and the other one's about 4 inches tall. I wrapped them in black flannel and a fabric to help give a more seamless look with the 𝗏 case and what exists already in the 𝗏 case. If you guys want to go to my Watcher 6 Instagram channel, I posted part 1 on how to construct it. Super simple, super easy, and I think they look great. So I'm actually really interested, Costa, in your Grail one case because I want to make that because I've got that Tom Hanks big figure coming in from Doggy Doc Designs. So I'll probably want that for that figure.
Oh yeah, cool. Let me remove this. Now let me address a couple of things. Clinton Martin. He won. Yes, he can talk about anything, but he always is like, "Hey guys, how about we let you guys? What is your dream figure that you would want?" No, I want something. I want something about something interesting about the panelist, or some kind of interest that they have. Maybe he could have talked about his love of butt cheeks, like 𝗙𝗁𝗏. I don't know.
Who doesn't love butt cheeks?
I don't know which one. I don't know which one. What you and Lael have going on, butt 𝗙𝗁𝗏. But that's why I said that. And then Stat Boy. It's still early days of rooted hair. At some point, movable eyes will be magnetically movable. That's true because Blitzway did have those. Also, have you guys ever seen people post about them shampooing their rooted hair figure? Is that weird to you too, or?
Yeah, I mean, doing a 1/6 spa, that's odd.
They're like 1/6 salon, boop, 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 boop. And then that is it's interesting. Mike Tyson butt cheeks. Yeah, that did show up on the thing. I heard about that. I did not watch the fight live because I just felt sad to watch it. Plus, it probably would have buffered like everybody else. I probably wouldn't have even been able to see it.
It was getting bad towards the end of that. The female fight started getting real fuzzy.
Oh yeah, yeah. Netflix,
which was the best fight too, by the way.
It was.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
It was good. It was really good.
But that is our show, and thank you guys for coming out and hanging with us for this 1 hour and 10 minutes. Helen, what do you got going on your channel? Because you have a lot of Hong Kong content coming. I'm very interested.
Yeah, my goodness, filming and editing store tours, it's a lot. So I think first up will be my tour of Secret Base. I went through Secret Base, Echo Base, Rebel Base. I'm also planning a bit of a vlog on just like the figure shopping scene in Hong Kong, because I very much found that there's different malls that specialize in different areas of collecting. So I want to try to make it easier for people. I also just want to share, I guess, some general travel stuff that I guess I learned while I was there that helps make things a little bit easier in Hong Kong. And then also, if anyone watched my 3.5-hour live stream, which I did not think would go for that long, where I unboxed everything I bought from Hong Kong.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens, Helen.
Oh, that's
I got
cool.
this beautiful custom diorama base, and I was really lucky that I got to go to the studio of Full Team Creation. And I said to the guys, like, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. Is there any chance I could film some of your work? So he brought out like a bunch of his dioramas. So I got to film those. I got to ask him some questions. So I've also got a feature on Full Team Creation, which I'm really excited about, because they do amazing dioramas. They're all unique. Like when I bought this Avengers base, he brought out multiple and was like, pick the one you want. And you could see the paint was different. The rock formation was different. And it's heavy. This is about 1 kilo. It's made of like imitation stone. It's not plastic. It's not styrofoam.
What's that real weight though?
That is cool.
2 pounds in your whatever.
2.2 pounds.
Americana.
No, wait. 2.2 kilos is a pound. Wait.
It's 1 kilo.
1 kilo.
Because I thought 2 pounds.
How about 2 pounds?
Yeah.
It's 2 pounds.
But for the rest of the world, around 1 kilo. But really quality. It plays the Avengers theme song, which I can't play because the noise reduction on the StreamYard. But like legit, it's got like a mic. It's got like a speaker. It's got a little button on the side. I was super impressed. And as I said, I felt very lucky that Oscar let me come to his studio and film some of his work. And I was able to get a little bit of information on his process, how he does things. So I'm really excited about that. So that will all be coming onto the channel as quickly as I can do it. But yeah, I've had many a conniption trying to edit this Secret Base store because there's so much stuff. And I was joking with someone, because I'm not a Star Wars person. I'm like, do I narrate it in my typical way, or do I play some Benny Hill music? I don't know. We'll see what I go with. It could go either way. I'll enrage people regardless, so we'll see what I do. But yeah, Hong Kong
I can't wait. I can't wait. That's gonna be cool. I love that base. That's a solid
he had some
base
awesome
right
stuff. I think, yeah, as I said, I came across him on Facebook, and I feel like not a lot of people have heard of them. So yeah, it was awesome. He's got some awesome Spider-Man bases, Batman bases, really cool stuff. So hopefully I'll get that all edited and up really soon.
Awesome. I cannot wait to see that stuff. Because I was part of that. I watched your live stream. It's very fun watching people bring out stuff and, things that they bought in a place that you wish you could go to and see what they got. And I enjoyed it. 3 hours. It goes by so quick. Trust me. It's doing a live stream like that. Yeah, it can go by so quick. Henry, what do you got going on, my friend?
Slow week. I think I have Say White Wednesday on Wednesday. I think that's it this week. Slow week.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. Then now I have to start packing these things. So yeah, I'm gonna start slowly, man. Yeah, last time I did it, I just did it in one day when I had to move to this house. I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna start real early and start doing this because this one's take forever. So
yeah. Sorry to hear that. Although, are you gonna have a bigger space in that new
oh
place?
yeah, much bigger. Yeah.
Well, all right, then it's worth it.
Yeah,
but it's a pain in the moving. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's
what
the
it is.
moving. That's the thing. Is the moving. It sucks.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Jake, thank you for coming on, my friend.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on with your stuff? Comic collectibles and comic relief. And, yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on, Helen. It was great to stream with you. You were delightful.
Likewise.
Henry, always fun with you. Tomorrow, hopefully, if I get a chance to, I will get that part 2 of those risers put up because, like I said, when Bob Dylan asks you to do something, I mean, you kind of just you drop what you're doing and you fucking do what he asks. He's 1/6 Jesus, you know. Yeah, Deadpool's Marvel Jesus, Bob Dylan's 1/6 Jesus. So he asks you to walk on water, you do it. And then tomorrow I'll be on Lael's Comic Book Talk with Friends. We got cut off last week, so we'll be talking about the Penguin finale. We'll be talking about a couple other comic book related stuff. Shop's chugging along. You guys can always hit me up at the Comic Relief Comics on Instagram or Facebook, and we've got plenty of comics, figures, and stuff in stock we can ship, so feel free to hit us up there. And possibly again, I'll see Costa on Sunday for Collector's Lounge again. So that's what I'll be doing.
Awesome. And thank you, all 3 of you, for coming out. I appreciate it so much. You guys are awesome on these panels. The same stuff. If you want to build stuff like, and Tim Tams, don't forget Tim Tams. Go
this
do the
episode brought to you
slam.
by.
Yeah, brought to you
them.
by Tim Tams. Hey, Tim Tam. Actually, it's Arnuts. Send me a case. Thank you. I mean, we had almost 30 people here today. It's gonna sell.
They're gonna replace stories.
Hey, I should have had Randall right next to me. But like I said, I'm gonna start a new live build. Just the basic Grail. I will put out, I think tomorrow I'm gonna put the thumbnail out and everything, the whole thing, and in the description it'll have everything you'll need and the links. So if you want to cut things to the right length or have them cut for you, we will start with the frame, maybe the frame and the shelf portion, the wood part of the thing, because the frame's already built, and I'm just going to tell you, hey, just get your frame and make it like this size, and then you just put it all together. And if you want to learn how to make the garage shelves, you see there's floating shelves you can make. You can add these crazy lights to your wood floating shelves. You could, you can make a platform, which is this thing. But yeah, lots of fun things to do on here, and maybe I'll throw a short out here or there. I don't know. I see how I'm feeling. But I want to thank everybody who was in the stream, in the chats. You guys are amazing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.